July 16th, 2012, special board meeting.
Brigitte, Perkins, Shannon, Ronald.
Marie, I like this. That's very nice.
Pretty and
Look at that.
wow. I meant to say something about it
I
last
saw
week.
it. I thought
Yeah.
that's such a. I didn't see it last Monday, so I
That's
must have
right.
gotten here after that. I call this meeting of the Northeast Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been duly called and that the notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Next item.
2, board technology training.
Oh, I'm sorry, the time is 5:34.
President, members of the
Good
board,
evening.
Dr. Gottardy, executive staff, guests. You know, Ms. Bresnahan, when I saw you last, you mentioned, Tom, we haven't heard you speak in a while. I guess people do listen. Here we go. So we're privileged to be here this evening. I want to introduce myself to you, as I know we have new board members and I've not spoke to you formally yet. My name is Tom Johnson, and I'm the Senior Director of the Technology Services Department. This is a rather large department that is composed of the Instructional Technology Department, the Technology Support Department, and the Network Technology Department. So everything technology rests on these shoulders. So that's why I don't sleep so well at night sometimes, because it's incredibly challenging, but through the support of not only the board but executive staff, it truly has been a pleasure. We're here to be of service to you tonight to train you on the VPN client. I'll give you a brief history of VPN without getting too technical on you. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It is a secure way to access internal resources in a remote fashion. Now, for a number of years, Northeast ISD has used the Nortel VPN client. But for the better part of a year and a half, through a series of upgrades to that client, we experienced unstable performance. It would work for some people and not for others. And believe me, the frustration level was high, and deservedly so. We tried working with the vendor. We did everything that we could on our end. They told us they did everything they could on their end, but in the end, we had to part ways and go with a new solution. So what you have in front of you tonight, should be on your left-hand side, is a handout. We have 2 new methods for utilizing the VPN for the district. The first method is really applicable to, I would tell you, 95% of the users, as these directions have been shared with all employees, staff, teachers, district-wide. And this is what we call the doorway method. And you'll see it really is broken down to 7 easy steps. You simply open the browser on your computer, you type in the URL address that you'll see in step number 2. You'll then be presented with a permissions page, a pre-signed notification, if you will, saying yes, you agree to it. You'll then be presented with a screen where you're to enter your credentials just like you normally would. And lo and behold, you then have access to the intranet as if you were inside the confines of the Northeast ISD network. Now, and I apologize to you, but I was informed moments before you came out that some of you actually use the Novell GroupWise client that's installed on your computer. This is the email client. If that's the case, you might want to flip the page to page number 2, and this is a second method for accessing the VPN network. This is what we call our full VPN network access. Now, let me tell you the distinctions here. If you are comfortable with group-wise webmail, which is to say you do not use the client, you like going to the Northeast page and you can click on the link for group-wise, if you're comfortable with that, then the doorway, which are the steps on page 1, is the tool for you. Because not only will that work on your district-issue computer, that will also work on your smartphone and your iPad. But if you love the client, and many people do because it is different aesthetically, then on pages 2 through the end of the document, these are steps on how to configure your computer for full VPN access. It is a little more complicated as it will actually download a plugin, which is a little piece of assistance software, to your internet browser. Now, behind me, I have a group of people here who are here to help you. We're going to give you one-on-one service because we are a customer service organization. But before I let these strangers descend upon you, let me make a few brief introductions. To my right here is Mr. Jim Baldoni. He is the Assistant Director of the Instructional Technology Department. To his right is Kathy Ross, and she manages all of our field technicians. I know many of you already know Kathy. Kathy, would you like to come up and introduce your team tonight, please?
Hello. I would like to introduce members of the board, Dr. Gottardy, executive staff. I'd like to introduce part of my great team that I have that's going to assist. I have Frank Ledesma here, who you already know. And behind him is Young Do, another one of my lead technicians. One of my new kids on the block, Marty Hernandez. And, pardon?
He looks like he's 15.
No, he's not. He's old enough to work here. Very diverse group we have. Then have Sarah Chanak. She's been here for a couple of weeks. And by the way, I also would like to thank you for allowing us to replenish our staff when we lost our people.
So before we get started, I would just like for the record to show that 7 years ago when I arrived at the district, I looked just like Mr. Hernandez. So that being said, we're all going to come around behind you and we're going to see what your preference
Before
is.
you do,
Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. In fact, I was thinking about this today, unrelated to tonight, but I went, oh, well, this is a good place to ask a question. I don't think I ever understood fully why I know we were going to go to Gmail and then that didn't work for some reason. Can you explain what happened? Because it seemed like we were really had some steam in going that direction.
Absolutely. At the time that we started going Gmail, then President Plummer had asked, she was very familiar with the Gmail format and wondered if that was something we could utilize as a district. Unbeknownst to her at the time, since 2008, we have established for the Northeast Independent School District, through Jim Baldoni's efforts, we have our own Google domain, which provides us with email accounts. Another reason why we were looking at that, we weren't sure the fate of the bond. And as our Novell SLA, which gives you a group-wise email, as that was coming to an end and we weren't sure the fate, we want to make sure that we had a contingency plan in place. We rolled it out. There were a few, well, I'm going to be honest with you, there were few users of it. And so we were asked toward the beginning of this year, let's go ahead and cut off access to it. I will tell you that it's still very much on the table, very much alive at this.
It seemed like that we asked for some numbers and it was going to save the district a lot of money to go with Gmail, so I was kind of curious why that didn't happen.
Jim, would you be prepared to speak?
Yeah.
To that? Come on.
Good evening.
Hello.
One of the things we did is we actually established 2 contracts, one with Google and one with Microsoft Live EDU, to give us the option of going to the cloud when we chose to do that. At this point in time, all the restructuring that's being done and by our network department, Doretta Walker and her team, is to get us ready to go to the cloud. Okay. So right now we have an agreement with Microsoft, we have an agreement with Google that will provide us with guaranteed free service once we are at that point, and that includes the Active Directory system that she's putting in place. We cannot make that step in a very easy way for at least, right now we're looking at a year. So that means we are tied into GroupWise for another year because of where we are in
Got
that
it.
process.
Okay.
We have all intentions of going to the cloud. We are there with students because students are a little easier to handle than our the
Than us.
adults. Yeah, because when we look at all the things that are required on the adult side, that means archiving, and there's a cost involved there.
Right.
So in order to do it effectively, we're looking at a year down the road where we'll be secure enough and at the point of having active directory ready to go. We're looking at next year as definite, but we are looking at making that transition throughout the year seamless as we can from campus to campus.
I see.
And as soon as we are ready to go, we are on board with that. It's just making sure all our ducks are in a row.
Okay, thanks for the update, Ms. Hughey.
I had a question on that too, though. The Gmails are still being forwarded from GroupWise to the old school board at NEISD account, which I have to admit, I really like the Google account too.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, got to remember to empty the sent mail in GroupWise, otherwise it's really filling up.
Right.
So is that gonna?
Well, one thing that has happened since that time when we were intending to make that move because of the frustration that we had with GroupWise, it has become more stable through the efforts of Doretta Walker and her team. And that's the one thing I'll say is it's a lot more stable than it was then, a lot less frustration, and also the ability to get it on your smartphone is there from GroupWise. So if you desire to go do that, we can cut off the Gmail account and then have everything going through GroupWise and being able to use the web client for that.
Yeah, I think Gmail was cut off of our phones. I don't think, yeah, we lost that.
Oh, yeah. So-
Yeah, that was taken off.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
That was.
yeah.
No, my point was GroupWise is still forwarding to school
Oh,
board
we
and
can, that's
NEISD.
actually a setting we can take care of tonight directly off of your client.
Okay.
And it's not a problem.
Because the sent mail fills up and that.
We'll
takes
take
up
care
all
of
the
that.
space,
Yeah.
the memory on it.
Just make sure either one, probably me, I'll be able to make it over there and change it to your.
Ms. Hugh, is this just happening to you or are others experiencing this
I
as
don't know.
well?
I don't know if anyone
I
else
already
is.
had mine taken off, so.
But look in your sent mail right there.
No, I know, I took Gmail, they removed the Gmail account on mine.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
gone too, but see, look at your sent mail.
I couldn't tell you, I forgot my password.
It's still on here. I
No,
thought it got
no,
taken
the
off.
account's not there, but it is sending to the account.
We'll take care of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have any other questions before we attempt to assist you with VPN?
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
When we go to the cloud, do we incur a fee? Is that cost us?
Only for archiving.
Just archiving? And so what's the cost differential between a GroupWise and a cloud? More or less?
Number-wise,
Yeah?
it's going to be a lot less.
Right.
I can get that number for you.
Half the price, 10% on the dollar, 10 cents on the dollar?
25%, roughly speaking.
It's,
Reduced by 25%, not 25% of?
75%.
Okay, that's,
The thing to keep in mind is the archiving is a huge cost because of the 7-year
Right.
requirement.
the server.
Yeah.
We're doing the cloud at work also. It's really, really great.
do you like it?
Yes, it's a little confusing, but it's great, because you can access your documents from anywhere, wherever you are, on your iPads, on your phones. It's a little complicated to set up, I think, but people are doing it more and more, I've noticed.
Are there any other questions? Okay,
Okay.
bring them on.
We're going to come visit with you.
Okay, here we go.
Jim is gonna be easiest because he's just gonna use a tablet and a pencil.
We all do.
Are you with me? Well, I guess I need to figure out. This is where I was today at home, okay? And then when I got to this, I couldn't do anything else. I would hit start, and then it would just twirl and twirl, but it never went on. Okay, let's look at that. So, I don't know if that'll do that here because of the connection, but I couldn't make it do
see, there you go.
Yeah, well, I did all that. This is probably just because I did this way early today, but I wanted to leave that on there.
Okay, I see that. Uh-huh. You want to go ahead and log in there? You want down there, Nathan?
The actual desktop.
I can't get into it.
Well, if we
How's your husband doing, okay? All right. I told myself I'm such a
so
pleasant
you're
man.
comfortable with the webmail.
And that dog?
Okay, great. This is the permanent.
That's awesome. It's at the top under unknown. Okay, that's okay. It just shows that you had logged in. Yeah, so just go ahead and continue this session. Cancel the previous session. And that's something I noticed on mine as well. That now it's going to launch the client. It's going to install a little thing. It'll take a couple of minutes.
And now you'll be able to use your intranet now here from anywhere. And so the same thing, you can get to your.
So how do you then get to the, group mail? Or group calls?
It's.
Okay. Okay. You should see that
So I'm
little
still gonna
icon
have to
down
go
there.
through the
See, that's your
signing in
connected.
twice.
So
Okay, all right.
just go ahead from
Which
there.
is what I do now, so.
Start,
There I
and
am.
then this will
Okay,
pop
now
up.
this popped up earlier
Okay,
today.
and
I
you
got
just-
to there.
You just say hide.
And then it never did anything else.
Well,
I couldn't
you
get
don't
anywhere.
see anything, but you see this
So I would log in and
this
then it
key,
would take
this
me-
lock right here that says you're locked in. So now you can go ahead and get on the GroupWise.
Is this the Nortel? This isn't the Nortel VPN, is it?
No, they have their own board
Oh,
member
okay,
page.
so that's
their
that's
own
fine for them now.
Stuff's hiding back there.
All right. So we don't need to worry.
Okay, well, see, I didn't know that I had to go to another step.
You
Yeah.
can also look at the full
And I think those instructions that you have now that we've installed that client, it's not going to ask you
What
that.
is the difference between these? See, I don't even know
Okay.
the difference.
This one right here, you like to use this version of GroupWise, right? You don't like the web-based
I don't know
interface.
the difference.
Okay, this is what we call the client, and you have all these options that you can do.
Okay.
Okay, now the other one that we were talking about, the web interface,
It's just aesthetics. Some
it'll
people
look like this.
the way it works, the way it looks. They're used to it. It shows you the exact same information.
But by going through this,
And with the client, you can kind of like, if you're at home, go make some coffee or something and come back, it'll still be up. The only real difference is with
Something like that doesn't look like the same. Okay, so I'm
this
on.
is not letting
The
me
actual
get on.
NEISD entry, that's correct. And so you'll be
Is
able
it
to
sometimes
access
it'll
anything.
time out on you? In other words, you'd have to log back in
A whole
again.
bunch of stuff. Okay, all right. I mean, you can, there's our help desk, of course, that's the most important thing to us. Okay. But I mean, honestly, there's too much for me even.
See where it says
kind of have to
web
look around.
mail?
There's a lot.
I haven't ever gone to this.
Okay, so you never use the webmail. That's the difference, though.
Okay, so you
It
go
looks
there
different.
When you're on the network. And so this way you can get
why you're
access to it when you are away from NEISD.
Let's see. And then you would log in there.
So if I do that from that page, this shows up?
And once you close it,
It's just a different way to look at your email. Depends on what you prefer.
Okay, well, let me see, since I don't even know what that
So
is.
this is easy then.
I
I just
think
don't
it's easy
understand
peasy.
why I would want that.
This, like I said, this will provide more.
Okay.
Is that what this is right here?
Oh, yeah, you've run out of disk
that's
space, so
actually-
we need to
See, I
clean
don't-
that up. That's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
see, I don't even know. Because it always, if I try to send something,
It won't let it
Yeah,
go?
it
Yeah, we
says
need to
you're
clean
too
your
full.
email right away.
Probably be able.
so.
Okay, so this is what the web
So it just looks
looks
different.
like. So it looks a little bit different. There's not all the bells and whistles, but if you prefer to go to the web
Well, I
page,
like to be able to see
uh-huh.
that part of the email. Can I do that from here, or?
Sure, you can just look at, check your email this way instead of the
No, I
client.
mean, I like it when, there's an email open and you can see what it is.
Oh, I see
So
what you're
that's
saying.
probably
No,
like a
that's one of the
setting.
things you can't do on this.
Okay, well then I'd probably rather have the other one.
Okay. So if you're gonna do the other one, then it needs to be the one that
Because they are
says NEISD VPN, and you can just ignore everything that says doorway. Okay?
Okay, so go to the next, starting
Right,
here.
yes, ma'am.
It shouldn't affect it at all.
So that'll be your
It shouldn't
preference,
affect it.
okay?
So just get out of this.
This little house is,
When it's all set, let's see if we can find anything out about your, email, okay? So that's gonna be your best bet.
Close
It
this
looks-
again?
Yeah, you can close that. As long as this is up, that means that you're still logged into the district,
Okay.
that little icon there.
I don't even know what all this stuff is anymore. You know, I just kind of hang on to it. But I can get rid of probably 90% of
You
it.
probably should start getting rid of some of that,
Well, I
and just
can get rid of
deleting
a
it,
bunch of
and
it.
remembering to empty the trash as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Okay?
See, I don't have much in there right now. 'Cause
No,
I'm
you
pretty
sure
good about
don't.
emptying it out.
See, if you go up here to where it says, I think, tools, and check mailbox size,
doing its thing.
yeah, you're full.
Where is that?
This right
the
here,
Circle?
the
Okay.
circle. You want more pink?
Okay, okay. Well, I
Okay.
can get rid of a bunch of
Okay, and you
stuff.
can, sometimes you can just go ahead and highlight a bunch of that, what was in that box and get rid of it if that's
Okay, well, I
easier for
probably
you.
need to look at some of them before I
Okay,
dump
that'd be a
them.
good idea.
Yeah, okay,
But
and
yeah,
that's
as long
all I
as-
need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
it.
Thank you. So I've got to look for this and then move on,
Yes.
hide that thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want, if you go ahead and right click on that right now,
No.
On this?
and then
Yes, if
exit.
she's comfortable with the web client, so we're just gonna do the door.
You have succeeded where others have failed.
Okay, and let's close this out.
How are things going here?
Great.
Good, okay. So we have, so we just have two.
Now one to close. Close a little bit. Yeah.
Kathy, you online?
We went offline. The access point went down.
Yeah.
Or did it go offline?
We're all offline.
Hey, where everybody went off. Yeah.
Are you off too?
That's why it's not uninstalled.
Well, no, it shouldn't. It is zoning shouldn't have anything to do with it.
We're still
Can you
offline,
get
but
rid of this?
sure.
See, Kathy should walk the spider with you.
I should have. That's not one of my normal toys, but I have access.
Oh, this is.
I'm definitely gonna get them over here, this week to have them come in and check the wireless out
See,
over
I'm
here.
so glad it happened with someone who actually knows things right here.
No.
Let's see, it's back now.
You wanna
It's
go?
back now.
Okay.
Okay, so I start off here, right?
Let's see which one is, yes, that's the one.
Oh, still
We're
off.
not up yet. She's up over there. We're not up yet.
Brigitte's still on.
You guys have wireless?
Can't get it to.
We don't have it.
Look, normally do not.
No, not yet.
No internet access. We lost it. Still in balance.
No, it's not you, it's the wireless. But yes, that's exactly what we did. I was hoping we could go through the
Yeah,
steps
I'd
one
like
more
to go through
time.
it again myself.
Enough to make me dangerous, but I know what I don't have.
Because we're all on it.
I mean, that's like, the
Yeah,
throughput would go
it's
down,
flaked
but
out
this
again
is
right here as well.
should be-
Maybe it's because we're all on it.
It was.
It's pretty bad when you can't get on.
Wireless
It's okay.
went down.
Get on now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the wireless isn't working.
Ah, there we go. Get it? Okay. Yeah.
Now it should come on.
Yes, ma'am. That'd be your backup system. Yeah. And remember, when you get
was
home,
that?
that's your wireless. When you get home, that needs to be blue, okay?
Okay.
So make sure that you do that when you get home.
They need to restart. Just once y'all think y'all got it, let them boot up all over.
So this is when it isn't.
That, exactly, if that's one,
So
that
just
means you're
pulling
not
this off
connected.
won't change it.
No, it won't. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay. And then scroll down. Perfect. Now, perfect. Now go ahead and log in because we've already installed the software, so you don't have to worry about that. We just
Now
wrap
we're not
it up.
working. Oh,
Plug it.
it's trying to uninstall the Nortel client, and it's just kind of hung up.
Oh, Frank, what's that fix for the hung up install,
I'm
uninstall?
trying to uninstall it, it's hanging up. I'm trying to install it. Because she has. Did it just stop working? Yeah, it's just been hanging there.
That's gonna take a couple minutes and you should be good to go.
Right,
So
Can
it's
you
here,
see your
right?
icon there? You're all lit up, so you're good to go.
Doing very well. Thank you very well.
Oh, you don't have to do anything with that until you're ready to log off of the district network, and then you right-click on it.
You won't have
I have to
you won't
right-click
have
this
to worry
one?
about
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
That's it. It's one of those technical.
See, and then you click sign out, hide right now, but sign out when you're finished.
What do you mean when I'm finished?
Or when you're finished checking your mail from home.
Okay, now do group wise?
Did you get it something? Just run it off of that. Do the remove. See if that way.
Good to go.
Okay, so I have to remember that right click
Yes,
thing.
to right-click to exit. There might be a page in there on that further down. There you go, there's the hide. There's the icon, and there's the thing that says hide, so let's see if the next one says exit. There we go. Oh, you don't have to worry about, you don't have file shares. So let's make a note on here
I have to
to
right-click this guy.
right-click, and exit.
All right, so let's. I don't know what you mean by exit.
Well, if you right-click on it, right here, then it says
This is when I
exit.
get out of it.
When you're done.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah,
Okay?
I wanna do that
And then you
right
just
now.
click exit.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, got it. All right, well, let me just
Okay.
clean
Well, you know how
some
to
of this out
contact me
right
if you have any other questions.
Okay, thank you so much.
And remember the blue light when you get home,
Yeah,
okay?
got it, thank you.
You bet. Y'all good?
I'm gonna do a reboot of our machine because the thumb drive that was telling me to run the program is saying access denied. So I'm thinking because there was a failed install, possibly it's
yeah.
hung up.
I don't think it'll do it. Just right now, but I almost said, are we reconcile labor laws? And then I know this one down, police officer that was out there. Oh, another one, shot out. Paul Blondie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. But from far away, it
Up close, he looks little, but he's probably.
he is a kid, yeah, definitely, but.
Yeah, I'm about Martin.
Yeah.
My little rabbit. He is awesome. He's so full of energy, and I've got some technicians who are like old, before me. And then I've been blessed and had, girls and youngins, and did he just dances? And I just love it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll call him just so I can hear yes, ma'am. He's great. He's cute. He is. He's going to be he's such a joy.
Tricks about this that we don't know about. Miss Galindo is still unable to log in. We've had Seth reset passwords and everything he did for his president.
Miss Galindo hasn't logged in?
She's not kicked through.
Using the right password.
Sorry?
She's using the right password?
Well, we just changed it, so
Oh.
she's using the latest, greatest one.
No.
You know, any
That's all I
browser tweaks or anything like that?
No, I haven't had any problems. It just totally denies. I'm gonna test over here.
Right on.
Oh. He said he didn't need it. He said he didn't need it.
He did his a couple of weeks ago, I think. Are you up and running? Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking to test doorway, that's all she's trying to do.
Thank you.
Seven machine, correct?
I'm sorry?
This is the Windows 7 machine, correct?
Are you trying to install it?
Well, it should give me an option to uninstall, but yes. This only works on Windows Vista. So I'm gonna try and uninstall again throughout.
Yes, sometimes that client doesn't go gracefully, unfortunately. It's got hooks all throughout the registry. And pieces that just...
Get it, baby?
I think so.
Oh no, somebody let in Joe Reasons. Oh no.
I know you tired already.
A couple times, I think. Mine? No, hers? S dash.
G-A-L-I-N.
S-G-A-L-I-N.
Yes,
It
you know.
usually is. For all of the board members, they said we couldn't have it set up without a dash.
Yeah, no.
Because we're a vendor.
No. Actually, we just got back. This is what you're getting rid of, the house, right?
Give me try the application. I haven't yet. The one just like I saw. Username.
So update and refresh.
Is it working or?
Does it automatically?
We'll see in a couple minutes. If it hasn't moved yet, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I started working here last November, and I haven't had to deal with this
Oh, Lord.
at all. They haven't been supporting it. Frank has. He's
And what?
looking at all
Name
these
is in
problems.
lowercase.
The regular DM one, and then change it to all
What
lowercase.
appears after I sign in?
We have new passwords. I don't like BM. You didn't get a BM one, did you? Yeah. Us old ones were BM. Except Susan said she wants a regular BM now.
Don't we?
Oh, so for board member or something. Okay, well, it doesn't have to be off.
Oh, I see.
Well, it can interfere with the
Oh,
other.
okay. Well, then it needs to get off.
Right, those go hand in hand.
Frank? In demand, man.
When I try to run this, it says it's only works on the and now I'm trying to.
I don't know where you get it. It is, hang it up.
I don't have to be sitting in one
No, I'm waiting.
because I'm not doing anything. I'm just,
Well, at this point, neither am I.
Right, where's Jim?
So have we wrapped up?
Hi, Jim.
No, we're uninstalling the VPN,
The old one?
the old one.
It's
Okay.
kind of giving us a
but it won't
little
uninstall.
bit.
It doesn't want to leave.
Doesn't want to leave you?
It likes me.
Perkins has your machine.
Good.
She's taking care of her.
Thank you.
But if I want to check emails, I just need to fill in an icon, basically.
Good, they're just trying to take the old one off and it won't
We're
get
just
off.
waiting for it to,
So,
he's removing an icon, so I make it.
Okay.
Looks like it's been removed. Wait.
I just removed.
Oh, you did, okay.
It's just,
Tom, weren't y'all gonna pick up the laptops one day and do something, use some update or something on them? Seems like a
Because I thought that maybe since it was a folder installed, hang it up and also.
Were there plans to pick up laptops to run updates?
Yeah, if you all ever took a break.
ha ha ha,
So we need to, I need to get with Marie And
sent me an email requesting that, but
I remember we talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, so
You wanna leave them tonight?
I can leave mine.
if you want to leave 2 or 3 of them a week or something, we can definitely just kind of fresh them up, test all the hardware, make sure all the software is working, because it's been a year.
The direction
Would you like-
we do tonight?
Would you like to leave yours so we can fix it for you? Okay.
Do you want my bag with everything?
This is fine, just what I'm saying.
Do you know, do you want something on notes?
Let me know tomorrow.
No,
Think about it, get on them.
I think, you know
I'll
what?
turn them around.
No. These tag numbers are registered pages, so. But I can put a stick here somewhere.
There's a group-wise link right there. I click on that and go in without using VPN.
Correct, for your group wise access. Now,
But I know your doorway or your VPN was working fine. Web
Yeah.
access. Okay. Were you able
yes,
to,
and now you did doorway, so.
were you able to use it at home as well on your
Yeah.
home computer?
Oh, I haven't installed it on my home computer, I just do that. How do I do it on my home computer?
Same thing. Do you just want to go to NEISD.com?
I put her a shortcut right there.
Great. So you just go to the same website, NEISD VPN,
So she's gonna use the doorway.
the doorway, okay.
So it's HTTPS.
Where's that piece?
It's on there.
So I can just take this, right? So this is what I would do?
Just go to
Kathy,
that
I have a
website right
question.
there.
Okay.
And it'll,
Kathy, I have a
ask
question.
you to agree to the little,
Okay.
thing, and you just put your user and password.
Okay.
And there you go.
And,
Yes, ma'am.
in my other computer, if I put
Okay.
something in the trash and I decide, oh, I didn't want it there, I can put it back in my mailbox?
Yes, ma'am.
How do
I
I
can
do
drag
that
it
with
right
it?
over.
Well, that's what I couldn't figure out how to do
Where's your
on
mouse
this
at?
one.
You don't like using your
Oh,
mouse on your
well, I was
laptop?
gonna use my agenda
Well, I don't
tonight.
usually use it.
Okay.
sorry.
Well, what you have to do is kind of.
This is the one I want to put
The
back
one that
in.
says
I'll just
back
leave it
up?
with Marie.
Okay, then you
That
just
is
hold
perfect.
this
All right,
left button
thank you so
down
much.
and drag it
move
over to your mailbox.
Okay, so I have to hold it down and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
drag, okay.
That's why I say if you had the mouse, you could
Okay,
just kind of
yeah,
hold it
yeah,
down.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We good? Okay. You just leave them with Marie and then we'll collect them all. Okay.
Did you get them off over there?
no, we had another
You want to see
So
how
it's
much?
not just me?
No, actually,
It won't break? Well, then we'll just re-image it and do everything we need to do anyway. So it's a perfect time.
So here I am, okay, all right. I
Okay.
forgot how I got to mail though, tell me again how I got to mail?
Yeah, at the end of the meeting.
There's
That's
just a little
fine.
bit we needed tonight online.
Yeah, and then Marie will collect them and take them upstairs, lock them up, and then Frank will take them. You like games?
I would like games on This time they didn't, last time for some reason everything put solitaire.
And you'll continue.
Oh, we put a different image on there. Oh.
And then sign in again. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Find at least something like that to keep you, yes.
There we go. Okay, thank you.
You want to check and see if I cleared out enough now?
Okay.
Or you do that again?
Let's go up here to tools.
Oh, check sent now.
I was gonna check the whole mailbox size. Yeah, it's still pretty blue.
Well, there's nothing there hardly, so I don't know why. Where's sent? Because there's, I mean, I have hardly anything here. As a matter of fact, where is it? Hang
You're
on.
just gonna do some of them?
I know, but I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Because look at my mailbox, Kathy. I want you to see this. That's all that's there. Very little. Look. There's hardly anything there.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
And for those of you who have your laptop in our possession now, you can still try page 1 at home on your personal computer. All right, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Galindo,
Yes.
I would just like to publicly thank Tom Johnson and his crew, not only for what they did tonight, but every time we call on them,
Yeah.
they are Johnny on the spot. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, gosh. We couldn't have been better timing on that one. It was all about you, Dr. Scheffler. We always appreciate Kathy because she's the one that comes to our house, so.
I did, huh? You mind me to we can sign it for Ron?
I know, doesn't she look great? She looks good.
Y'all have a good evening.
Bye. Next item.
Executive session.
The board will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney, 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, and 551.074, to discuss personnel or hear complaints against personnel. The time is 6:15. I couldn't read it. The board will now reconvene in open session. The time is 7:27. Next item.
5 matters from executive session. A, personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments pursuant to Government Code Section 551.072. 1, possible action regarding routine personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments.
Dr. Scheffler.
No, motion.
Not Dr. Scheffler.
Motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do this every time, don't I? Okay.
That's because it says his name right.
Yes, that's why. Do
I
I
make
have
a motion
motion?
to approve personnel as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. There can be no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
2, principal of Encino Park Elementary.
Do I have a motion?
Move to approve the principal of Encino Park as presented in executive session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. There can be no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Principal of Fox Run Elementary.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the principal of Fox Run Elementary as presented in executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, Ms. Bresnahan. I have a motion and a second. There can be no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
4, principal of Wilshire Elementary.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve principal of Wilshire as presented. That's 2 for me.
That's 2. I'm very impressed. Thank you, Ms. Grona. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, second goes to Ms. Hughey. I have a motion and a second. There can be no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Gottardy, do you have introductions tonight?
We will bring all of these appointments to the August regular board meeting. Madam President, board members. However, there are 3 announcements I'd like to make tonight.
Okay.
Principal of Encino Park Elementary School will be Mr. John Hines.
Yay.
The principal of Fox Run Elementary School will be Mrs. Cynthia Jacobs.
Yay.
And the principal of Wilshire Elementary will be Miss Elizabeth Fisher.
Wonderful.
And we'll bring all the appointments that were approved tonight at the August board meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds great. Next item.
B, possible action on the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property.
And we have no action there. Next item.
C, possible action regarding consultation with board's attorney.
No action there. Next item.
6, new business for possible board action. A, campus support. 1, possible action regarding 2012-2013 student code of conduct.
Now, Dr. Scheffler, the previous one was just a practice. So this is really yours.
Is this my practice too? Ms. Glendo, members of the board, Dr. Gottardy. It's required that the student code of conduct be adopted by the board. We have some modifications. I'm going to ask Ann McNabb, our Executive Director of Student Support Services, to come forward, who has worked with this, and ask you to adopt 2012-2013 student code of conduct. Ann?
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Gottardy, executive staff, and guests. I'm here to present, and we do this every year, as Dr. Scheffler has said, to get approval for the student code of conduct. We did not have a legislative session that changed a lot in the conduct. Ooh, this is loud now. It must be my voice. However, we did add in for the purpose of self-defense. We wanted to make everybody clear and understand that for self-defense, although we look at that and consider it, it's not an acceptable reason for misconduct that seriously disrupts the educational environment, endangers others, uses a reaction to bullying, hurts, or seriously affects other students. Part of the bullying bill is that if someone is reasonably reacting, and they're a victim, they're not to be punished or have a consequence. However, if it is a reaction in a way that's not reasonable and hurts others, we can still take action, and that will always be something that the principal will investigate or his designee and determine that. So we wanted to make sure that that was very clear, and that's at the beginning. The rest of it is just changing little tenses here and there. No other than we do have this year, we changed the range of potential time for Category 4 offenses in the district alternative educational program, the disciplinary alternative educational program, to a time period ranging from 30 to 90 school days, so that there is even a minimal amount of time for certain behaviors where a student can get back to the campus if they show they've learned and can follow the rules at the alternative school. Those are the only real changes.
Does anyone have questions? Nope. Seeing none, do I have a motion?
I move to adopt the 2012-2013 Student Code of Conduct as submitted.
Thank you, Ms. Hughey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Grona. You are on the ball tonight. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item.
7, adjournment.
No way, Jose. It is 7:33.